Good morning, students. This is Rajni Vinit with subject History of Standard 7B. Today I am going to explain you about rise and spread of Islam. In our previous chapter, we have learnt about rise and spread of Christianity. Hope that you have learnt that chapter. Now we will know that how did Islam spread all over the world. So without wasting time, let's start the chapter. First paragraph is emergence of Islam means birth of Islam. From the deserts of Arabia, where Prophet Muhammad laid down the tenets of Islam in the 7th century CE. This religion swept across Asia, Africa, and Europe in less than 200 years. It is spread very fast and thus became one of the most popular religions of the world, practiced by over 1.6 billion people. Now, let's move to its background. Before the coming of Islam, the Arab world was ruled by many wars like tribal groups or kabilas, and these tribes used to follow number of gods. They worshipped these gods as an idol, or they used to worship these gods in a statue's way. Kaaba is at Mecca was the only unite factor among them. It is a grand cube-shaped building that contains a sacred black stone. Muslims believe that it came from the heaven. An annual meeting is held at Mecca to worship Kaaba. Now, let us know the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was born around 570 CE in Mecca, a small town in Arabia. His father died before he was born, and his mother died when he was 6 years old. He was brought by his grandfather and uncle. When Muhammad grew up, he married a widow named Khadija and spent several years managing her business affairs. He later lost his interest in the business and spent his maximum time in meditation. Meditation means doing reflection. He liked the place for meditation, and that place was the cave of Hira. Around 610 CE, when Muhammad was around 40 years old, his life changed. One day, as he sat for meditation in a cave, he had visions of angel Jibrail. The angel Jibrail walked as a meditator between Allah and his messengers. It is believed that the angel told him that Allah has chosen him to spread his divine message. Prophet Muhammad shared his vision with his wife and family. They became his followers. They accepted him as the messenger of Allah. Allah is an Arabic word which means the supreme. Islam is also an Arabic word which means submission to the will of God. The followers of Islam are known as Muslims, which means the people who submit to the will of Allah. A prophet is someone who is chosen to spread the message of Allah. Now we'll turn to next paragraph, and that is teaching of Prophet Muhammad. Let us know what did Prophet Muhammad teach. Prophet Muhammad preached the message of Allah to his followers, and these messages are contained in a book. This book is called Quran. I think you all know that Quran is the holy book of Muslims. It is written in Arabic and contains the main principles, prayers, and stories of Islam. The book Quran tells that all Muslims must perform 5 essential duties. 5 essentials duty means 5 important duties all the Muslims have to follow. These 5 duties are called 5 pillars of Islam, which are as follow. Number 1, believe in one Almighty Supreme Allah, accept Prophet Muhammad as his messenger, and this is called Shahadat. Number 2, every Muslim should offer prayers 5 times a day facing Kaaba, and this is called Salat. Number 3, Muslims must fast from early morning till the sunset during the holy month of Ramzan. It is called Swam. Number 4, Muslims must donate a certain amount of their earning to the poor. This is called Zakat. Number 5, all Muslims must visit Mecca at least once in their lifetime, and this is called Hajj. A person who has performed Hajj is called Haji. Besides Quran, Ahadith also keep an important place in Islam. They are the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. The Ahadith are compiled into different books like Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, Ibn Majah, and Tirmidhi. The life of Muslims is run by the teachings of Quran and Ahadith. Ahadith says that all men are created by God, so all are equal. There is life after death. A person is rewarded with heaven or punished in hell as per her or his deeds. One should keep away from drinking, gambling, eating the flesh of pig, and charging interest on loans. Now, the next para tells us how did Islam spread in the world. The spread of Islam. A large number of people accepted Islam. They followed the teachings of Prophet Muhammad But the rich people of Mecca did not like Muhammad. Therefore, Prophet Muhammad left Mecca and reached Medina in 622 CE. This reaching Medina is called Hijrat. The Islamic calendar starts from here. It is called Hijri calendar. In Medina, people accepted him as prophet, and a large number of people became his followers. After some time, he returned to Mecca, declared Kaaba as the main shrine of Islam. Prophet Muhammad died in 632 CE, and by the time Prophet Muhammad died, Islam had spread throughout the Arab world. The Arabs traded with India, China, Europe, and East and West Africa. They took the message of Islam to these places. By the end of the 8th century CE, the religion had spread to India. Now, after the death of Prophet Muhammad, under whose leadership Islam was spread, let us know in the next paragraph. Spread of Islam under caliphs. Muhammad's death gave birth to the rule of the caliphs. Caliphs were successors of Muhammad, who were both the religious and the civil leaders of the community. They ruled between 632 and 661 CE. The caliphs conquered a large area and established an empire. This was called Caliphate. Islam was declared the state religion. Let's turn to the Umayyads now. How did they help in spreading of Islam? After Ali, the next caliphs were the Umayyads. Their capital was at Damascus. They ruled about a century. They conquered the regions up to Samarkand in the east to the Mediterranean coast of Africa. Thus, the influence of Islam spread over a vast area during their rule. Around this time, Muslims were divided into two groups, the Sahis and the Sunnis, and this division is till now. After the Umayyads, the Abbasid caliphs came to power. They defeated the Umayyads in 750 CE and shifted their capital to Baghdad. Harun al-Rashid was the one of most popular Abbasid. Baghdad became a great center of art and learning under Harun. Great epics and scientific works from the rest of the world were translated into Arabic. The Abbasids ruled for nearly 500 years. Their rule was ended by the Turks. Turks captured Baghdad in 1258 CE. Now, who were Turks and where did they come from? Let us know. The Turks were wandering tribes of Central Asia. They became followers of Islam. They conquered different regions of Asia, they established a grand empire. In 1453, they conquered or got victory over Constantinople. It is now called Istanbul, and this became the capital of their empire. Their empire was known as the Ottoman Empire. At present, it is called Turkey. Islam had spread to Arabia, West Asia, Northern Africa, Eastern Europe, and India. Let us know about the impact and contribution of Islam. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, his followers developed a new civilization which was combination of the Greek, Persian, and Indian civilization. The Arab world from the 7th to 13th CE was a cosmopolitan, means whole world civilization. Political contribution. The caliphs were both political and religious. They were great supporters of learning literature. They constructed new roads and restored new roads built by the Romans. They maintained law and peace. As a result, trade and industries grew very well in their time. Let's talk about trade. The Arabs conquered many parts of the world. They had important trade between Europe and the East. Baghdad was at the center of all important trade. Bukhara and Samarkand were also important center of trade. Now let's move to the next para. Science. The Arabs made great progress in the field of maths, astronomy, medicine, and chemistry. The Abbasid caliphs were great learners. They learned the decimal system and 0 to 9 from Indians. They spread it to Europe. That is known as Arabic numerals in Europe. They learned the use of mariner's compass and manufacturing of glass and paper from China. Arabs discovered the causes of smallpox and tuberculosis. A Persian doctor, Al-Razi, wrote 20 volumes of medical encyclopedia. This book was translated into Latin language. Now let's come to the next paragraph. Literature. Arab wrote several famous books in literature. Firdausi wrote Shahnama. Omar Khayyam wrote the Rubaiyat. There are world famous books. The Arabian Nights and the Rubaiyat tells us about the culture and life of the people. Art. Islam do not follow or do not allow to worship idol or statues. Thus, Islamic art does not have any images or statues. They use beautiful pictures of plants and geometrical figures to decorate the buildings. Their most remarkable achievement was the art of calligraphy. It means the art of beautiful handwriting. This art was used to decorate the buildings. The Taj Mahal is the example of this art. Now, students, we shall move to the last paragraph, and that is the architecture. The Arab architecture is a mixture of three styles: Byzantine, Persian, and Roman. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, that is in Spain, is a classic example of Islamic architecture. The design of the escades is of Persian style and consists of Roman arches. So now, my dear students, this chapter is over. Hope that you all understood the chapter very well. I'll be giving you some question related with this chapter on Tenno app. So first of all, listen the video carefully and then answer the question in your history copy only. Till then, bye. Thank you for listening me.